Hey guys, Brock Camilla here from DD Philadelphia. I just wanted to show you how to take apart your metal gun. So this is the older Maximist Pro gun. So what I'm going to do is start by taking off the cup. I'm going to take this piece off. This separates. I usually throw everything that I'm about to clean back in the cup if it fits. Or I just put everything on like a little tail to make sure that everything is together, because it's so important, because if you lose one thing, done. So now that I have the cup off, I'm going to start by taking off the nozzle. So I'm just going to hold this in the trigger. I'm going to start turning the ring. So now this is going to be 2 pieces. So we have the ring and the nozzle. I stop here because I don't have the machine to turn this off. And then I'm going to start by pulling this. This is going to be the needle that you need to be able to spray. So this comes off. That spring, very important. You can separate it. Just make sure that it's going to be the bolt that turns, the spring, and then the needle. I've already cleaned this gun. And then you're going to take the needle out. So now it's kind of pretty empty. I usually pull this part out just to make sure that when I'm soaking it, the water can run all through this. I usually put in hot soapy water. I let it sit for about 10-15 minutes, and then I let it out to air dry. But I would grab a pipe cleaner, or like one of those like metal reusable straw cleaners, like the little brushes. And I usually just clean. I usually stick it through here and clean it. Stick it through this part and clean it. I'll put it through all these holes to make sure that there's no dried up solution or anything sitting in there. And then that's how I do it. This is the gun that allows it to have a contour on part. I don't touch that. But now we're going to put the gun back together. So I'm going to pull this trigger, put this part back on it. So I spray horizontal. So I'm going to have it just like that. I'm going to put this metal ring around it. You just want to make sure that with this, actually, you know what? I'm going to stick the ring in here. And then I'm going to start by turning it around this. And I'll adjust it once it gets closer. So now the ring's on. I'm going to make sure that this is horizontal. I'm going to keep turning this. And you want to make sure that you're adjusting this and keeping this in place while you're turning it. Because you can't be having a wonky spray paint. You want to make sure it's either horizontal or vertical. All right, so then we have that straight. I'm going to put the needle in. Stick it right through. You'll be able to see it right at the front now. And then I didn't separate this, but if I did, I would do the spring and then the knob. So you want to make sure that you're pushing it real good and start turning it as soon as you get in there. This is what's going to adjust your flow and how much comes out. I'm just going to leave it like this. Actually, I'm going to make it a little bit tighter because I usually don't spray that much with my metal gun because it's more of an exact spray. And you can see when you make it tighter, it's going to do less of a pull. You loosen it up, more of a pull. I'm going to leave that right there because I'll find out when I have my next client how much of a spray pattern I have, or I might just spray like the side of my tent or a piece of paper to see how much I need to adjust. So back to this, I'm just going to stick the metal back in here. And this is what allows your solution to go up into the gun. By the force of air, the metal is what's going to hold it down to keep it in the cup so it's not flinging around. So you connect that right into this hole right here. This hole, you'll notice that if you take it off, it does create like a whistling sound. The only problem that I've had with this gun is just the seal right around here. If you order a new cup, now that this one, so usually it doesn't do that. But what I was saying, so this seal, it's usually the only problem that I have. If you need a new seal, you can order a new cup from Maximist. That top of that cup will have a seal. Take that out, swap it out, and usually you're good to go. My gun, I haven't had any problems with it leaking anymore. Let me just adjust this. All right, so now we're putting that back in. Just make sure that it fits right, and then just make sure that when you're putting the cup back in, it matches the ridges and it closes nice. So now that we're all done with this, that's how you take it apart to clean it. Each person's gun might be different, especially with the metal guns, because some might have more moving parts, some might get more intricate, but you just want to make sure that you just clean your gun very well, either at the end of the day or the end of the week. Especially you want to make sure that if you're not doing all this, make sure that you're rinsing this part out and everything that goes on in here, because you want to make sure that you're cleaning around the rim in between clients, make sure that nothing's leaking. If you're a person that doesn't like to dump spray tan solution and wants to try to use it for the next tan, I try doing that sometimes. I just make sure that my solution is not over a day old if I do, because you want to make sure that the air is not hitting the solution so much that it doesn't do its active part in making you tan. If you guys have any questions about anything, just shoot me a message and let me know. I'm really glad I was able to shoot this for you guys, because I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Mwah.